Let's go to a Kansas town hall. Kansas, red state, red as hell. We know this is going to be a red district here that this representative is having to come back to, and listen to the reception he's getting about skirting question about nobody voting for Elon Musk and him gutting everything. But don't take my word for it. Let's listen to them right quick. You thought the police was gonna come get her? Nope.
The reason is that he was hired. Let me give her have eye-to-eye contact.
Yeah, give her eye-to-eye contact.
Elon Musk was hired by the executive Donald Trump, and he has given him that authority, just as in past administrations.
Want to know what your opinion is of what I chose for the juice of the day, which of course is you can't miss how much Elon Musk is in the news with the Doge Department of Government Efficiency, and there have been some good things that have happened from it, which I thought there would be some good and some bad. There have been some good things like finding out that printing a 1 cent piece of currency, aka a penny, cost us 3 cents to do. Doesn't make sense, so we could probably do away with that, save a little cash. We also found that SSI, Social Security Office, had a little bit of the 6th sense going on, meaning that they were seeing dead people, that some dead people had been getting some Social Security checks, people that were like 150 years old. And it was a drop in the bucket, but still, there was some savings there to be found. But the real reason Doge and Mr. Elon Musk is making so much news is because of the mass firings in several departments. And this is what I wanted to get you guys' opinion on, JR's opinion on, because now I've been seeing issues where like some actual Republican representatives have been going home to town halls and they've been catching a little bit of smoke and heat. And so anyway, I'm gonna share some of this, and then we're gonna see and we're gonna chop it up about it right quick. But this first one is gonna be another one of these videos where someone that actually supported Trump ended up losing their job and having a pretty tough time. So let's check them out right quick. See what the skinny is with him.
You guys are gonna love this story, and I think it takes the cake for Trump supporter stories over the past month. I made a few videos about Trump supporters who are very outspoken online about their support for the president, and then they'll make a post that says something like, "Hey, at Donald Trump, I've been working here for 12 years. Why did I randomly get a message saying that I'm fired? I thought you were only targeting the woke, leftist Marxists." We've covered a lot of those stories, but this may be the best one that we've seen so far because it ends with the Trump voter getting called out by his mom on his own Facebook page. It's beautiful, and we have no time to waste. All that I ask is that you drop a like. Let me introduce you to Rodney Grundmeyer, and all of this is publicly available data, so it's not any breach of privacy. He posted on Facebook on November 4th of 2024, quote, "Let's take out the trash together and vote Trump for 2024. And it's that photo of Trump in the garbage truck after Biden called Trump supporters garbage, which this dude posts this on November 4th. And it looks like the trash was taken out because one day ago, Rodney Grundmeyer posted, "Thanks to Elon Musk, I am now out of work. I've had a tough time finding a job these past few years. I worked for a company for almost 6 years and was let go when they decided to reorganize their company after another company bought them out. I was unemployed between January of 2023 and June of 2023 until I was hired on with another company. I then worked with that company from June 2023 till September 2024. Unfortunately, that company was also bought out and I was let go due to reorganization once again. My wife and I had just bought a house in July of 2023 when I lost my job in September. I was forced to file for a forbearance with the mortgage company." He says, "Note, I know this may be too much TMI, but I just wanted to point out how tough things have been for us. And listen, the point of this video is not to laugh in this person's face, ha ha, you're going through hardships. No, it sucks when anybody goes through hardships. We've all been there, but you have to face the consequences of what you voted for. That's the main takeaway of this video. If you roll the die and you vote for a clearly narcissistic, delusional orange freak,
Snake eyes.
And you roll the die and you place that vote, you're gonna have to face the consequences." He then says, "I was offered a job with the IRS in October of 2024. Wait, so this dude was working for the IRS and he had trouble keeping a job and he finally found a steady job and he still voted for Trump who promised to nuke the IRS essentially. That is until Elon Musk and his Doge gang decided to enact this reduction in force for the federal government agencies. Today, we had a meeting with our director at the IRS who informed our class of new employees that we were being let go due to the reduction in force initiative from the White House. This has caused a major strain on our current living expenses, not to mention the number of unemployed federal workers, 70,000, is going to make things harder for me to find another job.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty hard because there's 70,000 other people looking for jobs right when you're looking for one. Before I move on to the next little clip, still regarding this whole firing and Elon Musk subject and stuff, he said something, the guy in that video, the Munkler guy, Munkler. He made a point that this guy worked for the IRS and still voted for Donald Trump, even though it was known that the IRS was one of the places and departments he was targeting in the gut. And this is just something I'm gonna bring up very quickly, that the reason this happens to some of these people that seem to have voted in their best interest. This isn't a blanket thing where you don't know someone and don't know what their interest is, and you're just going, oh, because he's white, or oh, because he's black, his interest should be this. No, this person stated what their interest is, okay? This guy seemed to have voted against his best interest, which was preserving his job at the IRS. The reason he didn't know that is because he was in a silo, which most of us as Americans are. You won't know this because my channel is very tiny. I'm working with, J.R. Risen, but my primary channel is a political channel. It's the Independent Male. I'm an independent, so I see things from both sides, left and right. Most Americans only look at things in their silo. And unfortunately for Republicans, their silo consists of very thin, slim walls. It's just their favorite news networks and their favorite message board posts. And everything else is fake news. Since 2015 to 2016, everything Republicans haven't liked for 10 years, for a decade, has been fake news. So then that way, when all summer long, some people on the left, some people in the middle were telling you guys about the Heritage Foundation and the other foundation that spawned off of that generated this Project 2025 playbook, most Republicans wanted to tell you that was fear-mongering, that was a conspiracy, that was hearsay. And within the first month and a half of this guy's administration, almost everything that was put out in plain to see in that playbook has come to fruition. The only reason you're surprised about it is because it was fake news. So that's the price of fake news. But anyway, let's go to Kansas town hall. Kansas, red state, red as hell. We know this is going to be a red district here that this representative is having to come back to, and listen to the reception he's getting about skirting question about nobody voting for Elon Musk and him gutting everything. But don't take my word for it. Let's listen to them right quick.
Whether you like it or not,
Show it to us. Make it public.
That is it. I appreciate your work at the IRS.
Appreciate your work at the IRS.
This is kind of a repeat question.
It's a repeat question.
Why is an unelected person allowed to hire and fire government employees? I'll take one of these. Where's Karen that asked this question? Karen?
She ain't stopping.
Thank you, Karen. Karen says, why is an unelected person allowed to hire and fire government employees? I'm going to take these one at a time.
You thought the police was going to come get her? Nope.
The reason is that he was hired. Let me give her a eye-to-eye contact.
Yeah, give her eye-to-eye contact.
Elon Musk was hired by the executive Donald Trump, and he has given him that authority, just as in past administrations.
Boo, yeah, we ain't trying to hit that. Yeah, boo, boo, boo. That's Kansas, everybody. That's a room full of red people. Don't seem too happy. He was literally addressing the IRS at the beginning. But again, that should not have been a surprise to anyone if you were watching, reading, looking at any kind of news outside of your silo. Just a message for staying out of the silo. Look at both sides for a little bit. Both people. But I'm just saying, everybody look at everything. All right. All right. Staying on topic. All right. With Elon and the mass firings, because it's pretty juicy. Some department heads, meaning like the Cash Cattell or whatever guy. I need to be more precise on this. But anyway, the guy that just got confirmed at the head of FBI, he's told his people like, yo, ignore those emails about Elon Musk asking what you did last week. He like, don't even respond to it. Some other department heads have said the same thing. So let's check that out right quick, because it's going to end up being some kind of battle. It's like either you got to conform to what Elon's asking for and the Department of Doge that Trump is back, and he hasn't told anybody that like, yo, you ain't got to listen to these guys. He's basically like, yo, yeah, you got to listen to these guys. So we're going to see how it shake out. But again, don't take my word for it. Let's see what this conflict is starting to look like for reals. But the skinny, yo.
Filed in California was updated to include the email that was sent out over the weekend. The original suit looked to block mass layoffs by Musk and President Trump. What do we know about this amended lawsuit and how the email ties into their effort to protect employees?
Hey, Judy, this lawsuit originally was just a few days old. It was filed just last week in federal court in San Francisco. And as you mentioned, it originally had just focused on the Trump administration's efforts to fire probationary employees across the federal government. These are employees who tend to be in either their first or perhaps second year of service in their specific position. But on Sunday, this lawsuit, which was filed by a coalition of government employee unions, they updated it to now directly challenge this new email that was sent out to federal workers over the weekend with tonight's deadline to either reply with 5 accomplishments that they accomplished in their job last week or otherwise face termination. This is now the first legal challenge to this effort that we've seen in court, perhaps not the last. But as you mentioned, even outside courtrooms, we're seeing certain federal agencies already telling their employees to not respond. So there's frankly been a lot of confusion as this 11:59 p.m. Monday deadline approaches.
Yo.
A federal lawsuit filed in California.
Dog. I'm loving it. I am loving it. It's not funny if you're an employee and you caught up in the middle of that, so don't get it twisted. But as an outsider looking in, I don't mean it's funny to what's happening to the employees. What I'm entertained about are some of the directors being like, yo, we not, we'll evaluate our own department. We don't need you sending emails, some tell me what you did last week. But on the flip side, the Social Security office, their director said to comply to it and said, look at it as an opportunity to highlight your achievements. So, you know what I'm saying? That's another way to look at it. But anyway, I really would like to know what you guys think about all of that. Are you for what Doge is doing, or would you like it with a little bit of, a little more research before just these big sweeping firings or whatnot? But anyway, yo, if you rocked out with us for a little bit, totally appreciate it. We hope you were entertained. We hope you got a little bit of information. We hope we hooked you up on what the skitty is for today. We will see you right back here tomorrow, same time, same place. Until next time, you guys have a great day. I'll at you later. Peace.